Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ISPRM 2024 interview series. My name is Margarida Freitas, and I'm a specialist in physical medicine and rehabilitation and a PhD student from Portugal. With this video series, we will be interviewing keynote speakers that will be participating in the upcoming ISPRM World Congress, which will be held in Sydney next June. And today I am very excited and honored to present you Professor Thomas Linden from the National Board of Health and Welfare in Sweden. And Professor Linden is a physician and a specialist in neurology and psychiatry, and has been researching and working particularly with memory and thinking process in patients with neurological disorders. He has explored methods for enhancing recovery and repair after brain injury, such as early mobilization, aerobic exercise, social interaction, and enriched environment. Professor Linden is Associate Professor at the Institute of Neuroscience and Physiology in Gothenburg, as well as visiting professor to the Florey Institute of Neuroscience and Mental Health in Melbourne, and at the Hunter Medical Research Institute at the University of Newcastle. So welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Nice to be talking to you.
Once again, thank you so much for be a keynote speaker at the Congress and to be sharing a few thoughts with us today. And my first question to you is, your international experience is truly impressive, with a postdoc in Australia and collaborations with institutes worldwide. How has this global exposure influenced your approach to healthcare policies and the promotion of brain health?
It's a difficult question, but it has given me an opportunity to, of course, study health conditions and care delivery in a variety of settings worldwide. And the insight that same problems sometimes need similar solutions, but in other cases can be met with a variety of approaches to the same end. And a few examples might be that when life expectancy increases in the OECD countries, health threats such as stroke and dementia become increasingly important. While on the other hand, when in developing countries, former health hazards as infections, bad sanitation, indoor smoke, and so on become less important, the impact of NCDs and as stroke and heart conditions become more visible and also turn out to be a larger concern than often more in the developing countries as well.
Wonderful. That's an interesting position and an insightful one. Okay, so next question. Among your multiple research fields on cognitive function after brain injury, what has been the more surprising one or the most effective among considering early mobilization, also aerobic exercise, social interaction? Which one has been the most surprising or the most effective in your experience?
Oh, life is full of surprises, of course, but maybe the insight for myself as well as the rest of the world that the most severe consequences of stroke from the patient's point of view are actually not the physical limitations or even speech disturbances, but rather factors that fatigue, depression, cognitive decline, and personality change, for instance. But also how strong modifies the paradigms of physical activity, environmental impact, and social interaction are on brain recovery. And not only that, but also on brain development and, for instance, on learning in school as well.
Do you think that we can apply this knowledge to make different health decision policies, for instance? Do you think that research can change what we are doing at the moment?
Yeah, I think research are providing clinicians with better tools for for helping people in rehabilitation and recovery after disease, but also in prevention of disease and decline. And I have great hopes for that we will be able to do more and more in the future.
Fantastic. Let's hope so. And what can you tell us about your keynote lecture? Can you give us an idea of the topics you are discussing in Sydney?
I'm not quite there yet, but there will be parts of the changed panorama that rehabilitation will face and be challenged from. In that people's health and well-being, despite all the misery we hear of every day, is actually increasing, and with that also the expectations of health and life. And in the best of countries, we'll be looking forward to people living longer and being healthier than that, and that poses new challenges for rehabilitation. And I might also mention a little from the WHO decision last year to urge member countries to better include access to rehabilitation into their respective health systems, and the formation of the World Rehabilitation Alliance within the WHO context, and how rehabilitationists can help in actually fulfilling the hopes of the WHO to further promote the impact of rehabilitation.
Well, that would be amazing to hear that keynote lecture. It seems that you will be covering some very important topics that will actually maybe probably change the world of rehabilitation as we know it, because as you have just said, the world is changing very, very drastically right now, and with the increasing of the life expectancy and all the demographic changes that we are seeing in the world, we cannot do the same procedures and the same decisions that we have for the past 30 or 50 years. It's time to change, and the time is now. So I'm looking forward for that lecture. And now, changing subjects and maybe on a more casual note, what are you looking forward to visiting Sydney? Are you excited about visiting Australia? How are you feeling about that?
It's always lovely to visit Australia, as it actually is my second home country, and me and my family spent some time there during my postdoc period, and my children went to school there, and I will take the opportunity to visit a few friends and colleagues in connection to the conference, and I also hope to have a day or two just to enjoy being back. So I'm really looking forward to visiting again.
Fantastic. Yes, I'm sure everyone is looking forward to visiting Australia, but you in particular, as you have your as you said, you have lived there, so it's your second home. So, but it's a thrilling country and a very exotic one for so many people that are visiting for the first time during this Congress. And now I think it's time to close the interview for today. But it was amazing to have this conversation, and it was a great pleasure to be here today. Thank you so much, Professor
My pleasure, really.
Linden. Thank you so much for bringing us also a glimpse of what to expect at the Congress, and for sharing such relevant notes and experiences. So it's time to say goodbye to everyone. Bye bye, and see you in Sydney.
See you in Sydney then. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.